So, hello everybody. It's Thursday, December 8th, 2022, and I hope everybody had a good day and the holidays are coming up soon. So, yeah. But, anyways, today I'm going to talk about, and probably pretty briefly enough, just keep this short and condensed as possible. I'm going to talk about multiculturalism. Where did it come from? Who thought of it, or how many people thought of it? And what are some of the positives and negatives of it, in my opinion? So, the ideology or the ideal of multiculturalism was first thought of in the early 20th century, which is last century. I believe in the 1910s or the 1920s, sometime around there, basically by a group of Marxist scholars slash professors at the Frankfurt School of Marxism in Germany. And they later moved to America in the 1960s, and this group of men consisted of men such as Herbert Marcuse, Theodor Adorno, Erich Frump, and a few others. So this group of men, as I said, later moved to America in the 1960s and started teaching the ideology or the ideal of multiculturalism, along with other ideals and more ideological stuff in universities and colleges across the United States. And then this later spread throughout the decades, and more generations were learning about it. And then it later spread to other countries in the Western world. And, that's helped lead us up to today. And a lot of the stuff that's taught in universities, some of it good, some of it not so good. But, anyways, where were they inspired off of this ideal? Well, it's pretty simple. This group of men were inspired off of Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels' Communist Manifesto, and specifically the ideal of the abolition of country and nationality, because that's exactly what multiculturalism does. It abolishes the idea of having a central culture, having a nationality or a central nationality. And, and those two things really is what creates a country. So it basically abolishes that. So at the end of the day, multiculturalism, you could say, is Marxism and or communism to its core. That's exactly what it is, 100%. And, some of you are probably surprised to hear this, but it's just the truth. But moving on, what are some of the positives of multiculturalism? In my opinion, maybe besides getting to eat a bunch of different foods from different cultures around the world. Now we can eat sushi, stuff like shawarma, etc. The only other positive I really see to it is maybe it's helped keep the peace between people in a multi-ethnical society, since everybody's allowed to kind of practice their own religion, their own beliefs, their own values, and bring some of their culture with them, which will help keep the peace in a multi-ethnical society, as I said, to some degree. But I believe that there's actually more negatives to it than positives. Besides the abolition of country and nationality and, the sense of having a central culture, another negative, in my opinion, or in my eyes, would be that it creates a lot of ghettos. It creates these ghettos where you have certain groups living in certain areas where it's just their group and nothing but their group in that area. And, you see this especially in bigger cities with Little Italy, Little Arabia or whatever, Greek town, Chinatown, etc. So it creates ghettos in that sense, for sure. And I would also argue that it leads to less trust in the society, less civic engagement, things like less altruism, and et cetera, et cetera. Just for the simple fact that there's no central culture, central identity to bring people together, and for people to share something together and to be unified, and for people to feel comfortable with each other. So, yep, that's just some of my brief thoughts on, that with the positives and the negatives. I mean, I could go into more detail. I feel like if I was having a discussion or a debate with somebody about this, just bouncing ideas off of each other sometimes leads to a longer video. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this, and have a good evening. Peace out.